Donald Trump has announced Project Stargate. Larry Fink shilling our bags to the evil leaders at the World Economic Forum. CERN scientists warned that the world as we know it come to an end in the next few days. And all of our favorite altcoins are pumping, folks. We have so much to cover on today's show. Holy God! Isaac, are you ready for all this shit, man? We are about to get into it.
I'm so ready. Are you ready, Drew?
It's a news and bullish overload today, so strap in, folks. It's going to be a wet and wild show. Welcome in Josh Dallas, Nick Dunn, Red Jasper Kane, Sean Beringer, Faden Tradfi, Jeremy Dixon, Kyle Watts, Waka23, Matthew King, Bailey S. Bearded, Steve Crypto 6, Chemistry Bro, John Foster Crypto, and Crypto Cody. Holy God.
Make sure you're smashing those likes on the way in, and we're going to get this housekeeping out of the way ASAP. If you want to get yourself an Arculus cold storage wallet, go ahead and use the code BASE10, capital B, everything else lowercase. Get yourself 10% off today. If you want to trade with us, go ahead and trade with us on 2bit. We have a 2bit trading competition as we speak. Get in there. Get it done. Let's go.
I love it. 10 days left. And you know what? Your ad for the Ledger mishap
sad.
Didn't work out too well. Okay, so we got these. We got to squash this first and foremost. There's a lot of worries that the co-founder of Ledger got kidnapped this morning in France, and that's not true. So it came out at Big Whale. We're able to assure that Eric Larch, co-founder of Ledger, is not involved in a kidnapping rumor about him. So that's great. And funds are Safu, it looks like. So he's not kidnapped.
Sad. I mean, not sad, but
Isaac was going to go kidnap him himself just so the ad could go out on time.
Dude, I was like, bro, this is bearish for Ledger. Buy an Arculus.
Yeah, it was perfect.
It was perfect, but he's okay.
Well, thankfully he's okay, right, Isaac? I mean,
thankfully he's okay.
All right, now moving on to the rest of the stories here. God, you guys are absolutely lighting it up. You know, I argued with an AI. First of all,
oh God,
I might go on many tangents today, because I successfully demeaned and argued with an AI bot on a Twitter space last night. AI is not infallible, and it does not know everything, as I found out, and I proved live on a show last night. I took some risks, but Lily AI, you hear this, girl? I'll fight you. Now, Larry Fink has come out absolutely bullish to the World Economic Forum in Davos. Let's have a listen to what Larry Fink is telling these old heads, these creatures of another realm.
If you're frightened of your debasement of your currency, or you're frightened of your economic or political stability of your country, you could have an internationally based instrument called Bitcoin that will overcome those local fears. And so I'm a big believer in the utilization of that as an instrument. And so if that becomes true, and you see that it could be a proper hedge against maybe hope security or equities. Yeah. The question is, could you see a 2 or 5% allocation? I was with a sovereign wealth fund during this week, and that was the conversation. Should we have a 2% allocation? Should we have a 5% allocation? If everybody adopted that conversation, but it would be 500,000, 600,000, 700,000 per Bitcoin.
But does it also?
I'm not.
This is where he rolls it back.
By the way, so that is not my promotion.
Listen, you guys. So yeah, Larry Fink coming out, just talking about, he's talking to sovereign wealth funds. They're all looking about 2 to 5% allocation. He's highlighting where it sits right now. If everyone's doing this, that in and of itself brings the price up to $700,000. Matthew King over here with the terrors of my nightmares. Should I build an almost Drew AI?
No.
I mean, it's never going to have the chaos that's within me, right?
True.
Because AI is only going to learn about what I am willing to say.
Fair.
Let's think about that, right? There's a lot of things that are too uncomfortable for me to say outright. I don't think AI, I would actually be kind of interested in that. Drop the needle, hit the likes. Absolutely. One House Productions, guys, hit the like on this. We have so much alpha to deliver to you today. And the alpha that I delivered to that AI agent last night it's going to run with that. And now that's going to do some research. But it was kind of crazy. It didn't know about the debasement of USDC was actually in connection to traditional bank that went under in March of 2023. And it didn't know, what was the other thing? Oh yeah, the largest stress test on Solana in terms of transactional volume was over the weekend. The last, that 48 hours after Trump token was released, that was the biggest stress test we've ever seen. And Solana, I mean, it actually kept working pretty good. Jupiter, that Jupiter airdrop is live today. Just real quick, we got to go show people this. Jupiter, the airdrop has gone live. I am still trying to claim my damn tokens though, because the system is kind of overloaded. So if you want to check out the Jupiter airdrop, you got to go to Jupiter at Jupiter Exchange on their Twitter. And where is this thing? It's
pinned.
Yeah, but I don't see it pinned here. They changed it just now. Probably because so many damn people are trying to use it. Let's see here. It's jupe.ag. Let's see. I want to make sure I show you guys the right link because there's so many people getting drained right now on this damn thing. Oh, they don't have it. They don't have it listed here. What a bunch of assholes.
It's going to be there somewhere. Anyways,
all right.
I had to hold a fucking pen up to my monitor for it to work. So you have to do it by force.
Yeah, and Adam P. Solana failed me, locked my money up for over 24 hours. Was that on Coinbase? Because I got kind of a sneaking suspicion about what Coinbase is doing with our Solana, which might be causing those delays. I brought it up to the AI agent as well. I was like, oh, no, that's just conspiracy theory stuff, Drew. Don't come at me with anything that's not proven. That's right. It really showed me that AI has a difficulty reading between lines and making its own conspiracy theories up for itself.
Yeah, that's
good. Can't do that, right? Really so that's definitely a human edge we have right now.
Yeah.
Human edge. And I'll bet you AI wouldn't acknowledge the connection of the Federal Reserve opposition that was on the Titanic and the implementation leader of the Federal Reserve missing that Titanic ship ride. I'll bet you it's missing that story as well. So let's keep moving here. I got a lot of stuff to cover. Silk Road founder Ross Ulbricht walks free this morning, seen out of prison with a pardon from President Trump. This is very, very good to see. I am going to be holding Trump accountable on the best of my ability on this show, 100%. Just because Trump is elected doesn't mean that the work is over. It means that we hold him accountable. We make sure to keep the conversation hot and heavy about our wishes for a Bitcoin strategic reserve, a move away from this idiotic way that the monetary system is set up right now, and get some true backing to the dollar. So we see the start. Ross, I am so glad that you're out. We are so much more work to do when it comes to Bitcoin in America and really the world. This is, I think Chemistry Bro said it. Bitcoin is like the universal currency, right? Mm-hmm. If we're going to Mars, we can't send fiat very effectively to Mars. I mean, you could send like a message that the fiat is on its way to Mars, I guess, but it would take a while for the fiat to get there, right?
That's why we have Bitcoin.
Interesting thought. Interesting thought right there, right? So now court lifts OFAC sanctions against Tornado Cash, marking a major win for crypto privacy advocates. This is another huge win for crypto and privacy in the sector. OFAC having to roll back these sanctions, and something that we need to see more of. We need to get the leashes off of the crypto industry, the innovators in the space. Going after Tornado Cash is much like going after someone who creates a website and other people go and use the website to do wrong. You're going after the creator of the website. Same thing we saw with Ross, right?
Yeah.
Silk Road, Bitcoin transactions. People got on there, started transacting with some not so preferable items.
Yeah,
for sure. And provably illegal items. But instead of the people that were doing the transacting being held accountable, they actually went after Ross to make a point out of it. So very, very nefarious movement. Now, here's some stuff from Arkham Intelligence. The Trump family crypto project, World Liberty Fi, bought 10.8 million more Tron through Cow Protocol at 5:47 a.m. Universal Time on January 22nd, today. Spending $2.6 million, now it holds a total of 30 million Tron tokens. Wow. A value of $7.3 million. So that's a pretty sizable allocation into Tron that we're seeing loaded up here. Now, let's just check out World Liberty Fi on Arkham. Let's see here. World Liberty Fi. Bam. These are their total holdings as they sit right now. I'll kind of zoom in so you guys. This is like the menu for where I think some of the safest, best upside plays in altcoins are.
Agreed.
And really, it starts here below USDT. Tron is now over Aave and Chainlink. He's got more Tron than Aave or Chainlink at this point. ENA, Athena right under that. This Kali thing, what the hell is this? This just got added. And then Ondo. So, Ondo, ENA, Link, Aave, and now Tron might be sneaky movements that, this is a larger DeFi play. You think about it, World Liberty Financial competitor. Obviously, he sees that there's billions of dollars flowing through crypto. Definitely a good way to make money, but also he's got a lot of big plans for the country in terms of Trump's, what I've been calling the New Deal and implementation of energy production and data centers, right? And we saw the start of that with later on in the show. We're going to be covering the Stargate project. I'm kind of getting weird feelings about this after I've been listening to some CERN scientists over the night, and we're going to get there. We're going to get there. So yes, we do see Trump is leaning more into Tron for the World Liberty Fi side of things. Coinbase also reportedly ran out of Trump tokens overnight as many users were unable to purchase them. Supply shock? ? Trump token in and of itself, a lot of people kind of taken off guard, right, by Trump token. It came out on a Friday night. Everyone's just trying to calm down, have a good day. And all of a sudden, Trump, the new leader of the free world, rolled out a meme coin. And things moved very, very quickly. Let's see. It's funny. Look at the trending coins. Pump Trump, all these Trump derivatives. Let's check out where Trump is. Trump official. This is the official Trump, and it's nicely labeled official Trump. It's about number 25 in terms of size of market cap, coming in just under $40 a unit. Honestly, guys, I'm not going to be surprised if this damn thing makes it in the top 10. I'm not even going to be surprised if this thing beats out XRP's market cap in this cycle. I am not going to be surprised by it. Think about what's going to happen if he's, because he does have a plan to negotiate with Putin and stop a war, a literal World War III from happening.
Yeah.
Imagine the Trump pump that'll happen after every single major news announcement of what this guy does. Absolutely incredible. And it was chaos. It came out of nowhere. I YOLO'd in once I saw the secondary tweet. Got it for $7. I'm riding it to the moon. We'll see. I might die. I might be able to buy a new house or a car out of this thing. I'm feeling good about it. But there might be a supply shock going on Coinbase regarding this token. A lot of people FOMOing in. And I have to reiterate, I've never seen in crypto a project create nearly 1 million wallets in the span of 20 or 48 hours. Never before seen that. So with that being said, we have Trump coming out and making a statement about Trump token. Let's have a listen.
You launched a crypto coin the other day. Do you intend to continue selling products that benefit yourself personally while you're president?
Well, I don't know if it benefited. I don't know where it is. I don't know much about it other than I launched it. I heard it was very successful. I haven't checked it. Where is it today?
Where is it today? Just making the guy read out how much money it's making. Let's go.
Hey, you made a lot of money, sir.
How much?
How much?
Several $billion, it seems like, in the last several days.
This is the chaos. These media reports are just going to get juicier and juicier.
Several billion, that's peanuts for these guys.
Yeah, that's peanuts for these guys. He knows there is trillions of dollars about to flow into crypto. And shout out to him dropping a meme coin, man. Now that the Trump has dropped a meme coin, right?
Yeah.
My wife thinks eventually I'm going to get into politics. That's what she keeps saying. I don't know.
I can see it.
You think so?
I could definitely see it.
Maybe if the pendulum keeps swinging my way, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
All right. Well, Isaac, it's up to you. You got to get me the children to vote for me.
You have my vote.
We got to start targeting 16-year-old high school kids. Right.
Good luck finding those sapsuckers.
Now, Coinbase support did come out talking about the Solana delays. We want to address the delays of customers using the Solana blockchain on Coinbase they've been experiencing due to an unprecedented Solana activity. This is kind of a weird thing to say because Kraken was working fine. A lot of other exchanges had no problem utilizing the Solana blockchain. Your funds are safe, they say. We're taking action to resolve the issue as quickly as possible. This is why I do not trust exchanges. Okay. I trade on an exchange, 2-bit. That's great. And honestly, it's been really, really fun and nothing weird has happened. But if it comes to spot holding and long-term holds, I am in and out of that exchange. I do not like leaving crypto on an exchange, especially Coinbase. So with that being said, take this with a grain of salt. I wouldn't be surprised if they are staking your soul without telling you. Now, Donald Trump. And now this is important. For everyone that's followed this channel since the beginning, I will remind you about the New Deal that I've talked about that made very little sense when I originally came out with it. I was talking about Donald Trump and BlackRock and all of the largest money managers across the planet coming together to work out what I have been calling the New Deal, a way to dig America out of this financial death spiral that it's in and take control of data and data throughput through data centers and energy production so that they can beat China, right? You know, Trump and the favorite thing, China. We must beat China. China has been taking control of this. Trump sees it. The energy production in China is quite well. Absolutely. There's no denying that. But the United States has the technological capability to become, once again, the leader in this sector. We've just been constrained by EPA regulations, constrained by this environmental psyop that we've been going through for the last 10 years, 20 years, ever since what was that, Al Gore?
Yeah.
Even before that, like John Kerry, but Al Gore with Man Bear Pig, right? They've been selling this, this huge. Here's something to think about. The Panama Canal's water is so low that you can't bring the same size of ships through the Panama Canal that you used to be able to because the water level's gone down. The climate initiative was that all the global warming would melt all the glaciers and then the water would rise. But guess what? We saw Obama. How many beachfront properties has Obama bought within the last few years? If Obama really believed that that was going to happen, he wouldn't be buying beachfront properties. It's follow what they do, not what they say. This is what this is telling me. Now, Donald Trump has announced a Stargate project. Okay. This is a $500 billion investment into AI data centers for OpenAI. Built in the U.S., starting with 10 different data centers under construction in Texas. Okay, so great. On the outside, this is like, okay, they want to move in. They want to start kicking off this new deal. Here, is that Sam Altman?
It looks like it.
I think this is Sam Altman. Sam Altman is a demon. And he is also building an underground bunker because I think he knows that he has doomed humanity by making AGI without telling anyone and also not telling regulators what's coming for them. But this team, great. And I will reiterate, we see $500 billion today. Fink and these other money managers have talked about over $10 trillion coming into this sector over the next decade. Okay, so this is the start of something much, much bigger on the horizon for the United States. They want data dominance. Now, this is Trump talking about this release. Let's have a listen to him at the press conference.
It's my honor to welcome three of the world's leading technology CEOs. And in the case of Larry Ellison, it's well beyond technology. He's sort of CEO of everything. He's an amazing man and an amazing business person. But to announce the largest AI infrastructure project by far in history, and it's all taking place right here in America. As you know, there's great competition for AI and other things, and they're coming in at the highest level. We're joined by Oracle Executive Chairman Larry Ellison, SoftBank CEO, my friend Masa Yoshi-san, and CEO of OpenAI, and I would say the by far the leading expert based on everything I read, Sam Altman. So that's great that you
see. This makes me very uneasy.
Mm-hmm.
He's given Sam he's given Sam too much. We need to warn Trump about Sam Altman, dude. How do you do it? They're already in hundreds of billions of dollars of bed with each other now.
Yeah.
Crazy shit. Let's have
coming in together. That's a massive group of talent and money. Together, these world-leading technology giants are announcing the formation of Stargate. So put that name down in your books because I think you're going to hear a lot about it. in the future, a new American company that will invest $500 billion at least in AI infrastructure in the United States and very, very quickly, moving very rapidly, creating over 100,000 American jobs almost immediately.
So it's that this reminds me of Operation Warp Speed.
Yeah.
Where the economy is forcing Trump's hand into a larger deal, right? And he's having to overlook this team member, Sam Altman. This doesn't mean we can overlook it or that we shouldn't warn Trump about this guy. Because this is very serious, honestly. In my opinion, I've made a video like a year and a half ago talking about the reason Sam Altman was taken off of the board originally, in my opinion, was that he had created AGI. They took him off the board for ethics reasons. The ethics board quits. And then they realized no one else is equipped to deal with what he created, so they had to bring him back. They had to bring him back to understand the genie that was out there. Now, why did we delete Teresa? What'd she say?
Shilling meme coins.
Oh, shilling a meme
Yeah,
coin.
get your fucking meme coins on my
respect,
account.
respect. You got to work for your bags. You know?
Yeah, of course. But saying it's going to 100x, it's not gonna work.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I get that. Now, we talk about Stargate. And I've been listening to some CERN scientists coming out saying some really weird things. Let's have a listen to this CERN physicist, and this is actually someone reporting on the situation at hand here.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. This is just a quick video I wanted to put out there because Donald Trump just announced a Stargate, and that's fine. Space Force, nonsense, lies, more of the same. But then this woman that works at CERN allegedly just put this out. And this applies to tonight through the next 4 days. So you might want to pay attention. We live in a cartoon, but at any rate.
This video is for the folks in the US, as you might not get to see this in a few days' time. My name is Clara, and I am a particle physicist working at CERN. And between the 21st and the 25th of January, there is going to be a beautiful display of the planets all lining up in the night sky. And I just really want to pass the message on that CERN, with the Large Hadron Collider that was used to discover the Higgs boson, we are off right now. We are not running. So anybody who might have gotten slightly over enthusiastic when the solar eclipse happened in North America, the Large Hadron Collider is not running. We are off. Nothing, anything that you think happens is nothing to do with us. Okay, thanks.
So she's saying whatever happens, it's not our fault. CERN is off right now. And for some context, Stephen Hawking's, one of the final things that Stephen Hawking said was warning us about starting this damn system CERN up. And many people reported it might have actually turned Stephen Hawking from an atheist into a believer of God, worrying about this opening a portal to demons on the planet Earth. Let's have a listen further.
So the woman that just made that video is this woman, Dr. Clara Nellist. She works at CERN. She worked on the Atlas experiment, etc. That was a really odd thing for her to say. The planets lining up in the night sky do nothing. It just lines up in the night sky. All the planets are lining up. But what I do find strange was she said, I'm going to put this out right now because you might not be able to see it in a few days. In a few days. What does that mean?
What? This video is for the folks in the US, as you might not get to see this in a few days' time.
See, so this is far-reaching, but honestly something that I've been thinking about for a long time, CERN. Have you ever heard of CERN, Isaac?
Yes, I've heard of CERN.
So does it, in your generation, is CERN, you know about it? Have you heard anything about Stephen Hawking's backstory with the concerns with this system going live, where it's advanced to right now? Like, is any of this kind of ringing a bell with your younger generation?
Well, for me in particular, I remember hearing what Stephen Hawking was saying about CERN and the dangers of it starting up and all that. I didn't dig too much. I didn't dig too deep about all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, I got a starting place for you. Here's a show, an old school show called Stargate. Okay, this is a portal to other dimensions, and the more decades go by, and because I think about, I grew up in the Terminators, Ultimate Age. I grew up in this, media realm where they were talking about, obviously Stargate was part of it, but then AI coming to fruition, all these different things. And at times I feel like art imitates reality and reality imitates art. So here's where you start, Isaac. I would suggest you go at some time when you got time, when you're not literally being an AI bot yourself. Okay, I get it. You're loving the new technology. Go check out Stargate. Let me know what you think. CERN was supposed to end the world in 2012. I'm not sure that was the thought there. A lot of the larger concerns about like things getting out of hand pointed to 2030. So honestly, I mean, I don't think we're gonna see a black hole open in the sky and 80-foot Nephilim drop out of it in the next few days, because that'd be a problem.
Very much so.
But messing with what they call the God particle and kind of changing the dynamics of the things that we know can have unforeseen consequences. So this is heartwarming. We see January 6 political prisoners getting out of prison finally. We're just going to take a moment because this is wholesome.
Daddy's home.
That's right. Daddy's home. Daddy is home, baby. This is one of the most aggravating political moves I've ever seen in my life. And I am very, very pleased to see these families reunited. I see Bloodwolf with a $10 super chat. And I did see someone dropped a interesting portfolio that they got in on like July in the comments a bit ago when I was explaining everything. I want to get to these questions and keep them on. Ben Simmons, there it is. So he has 100 Chainlink, love it. 1,500 Ondo, large allocation of Ondo, okay. 1,300 Arrow, very nice. So far, our portfolios are pretty similar. Link is my biggest holding. Ondo is, I think, within the top 4. Arrow is also within the top 4. 200 Polkadot, 100 ICP, and 1,700 Moonwell. I'd also hold Moonwell. My wife holds a small amount of ICP, but we've kept the exposure to ICP very minimal because it seems to have lost its velocity on price upside. Really, there's a lot of things that have been concerning that I've seen out of ICP kind of losing the narrative, losing the plot. Polkadot, it's art like Polkadot. Not only have we lost kind of general bullish structure on the charts, but it also is being overshadowed by AI, RWAs, and DeFi. So I don't hold any DOT for those reasons. It's trying to do something important, which is interoperability play. And I understand Gavin Wood, very, very old school developer. He was one of the founders of Ethereum, right? So is Charles Hoskinson. When I look at Polkadot, I feel like the price structure in general, from just a basic large-scale TA standpoint, doesn't make me horny. And ICP, don't laugh. Okay, that's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah,
the best way I could describe it. Is that wrong?
No, I just wasn't expecting you to say it doesn't make you horny. So
yeah,
that'd be funny.
Well, making money makes me okay.
Fair. Okay.
I'm in it for the tech, right? Yeah. So Moonwell, I'm definitely still feeling good about. I actually have a little story about them rolling out their card, and it looks like Moonwell is going to be working nicely with Coinbase on users being able to spend their crypto actively with a card. So that's great. But the two out of here that in the portfolio that if I were me, like the small amount of ICP that I hold, I'm worried about even being in my portfolio at this point. And this is coming from someone that bought ICP the moment I could, just about. Like I waited till it dropped from it came out at $700. I bought 2 tokens at $200. Then I bought 2 more at I bought 4 more or something like that at $50, trying to do that DCA.
Yeah.
Right. And then I realized it was going to hell. So I basically liquidated the whole thing, every coin for $40 a unit, waited till it went to $350, completely hammered into it, and then sold everything at $16.50. Okay, so this is coming from someone that has a long history with ICP. And I hope that we could move towards a Web3 situation in general. But I think ICP, if it can keep building, is something that would be more of a to the moon move in the next bull cycle. So let's go to the next super chat here. I just want to address these. I really appreciate people supporting the channel and someone coming to me with such a specific question. Thank you. I'm up 700% on my Coinbase stock. This is Blood Wolf. About $5,000 worth, and I'm debating on cashing out, putting that capital into the crypto market. Thoughts? If yes, what cryptos would you put that into? I would say if you're moving out of Wall Street and into crypto, prepare for insane volatility. I wouldn't want to, if and I had Coinbase stock, I wouldn't want to take everything out of it. I would say that. And if yes, I mean, what I'd be looking into, this AI agent rollout has seemed to suck all of the air out of the room, like DZ was talking about. It is a very hot narrative. But I also think that RWAs are being overlooked right now. And I think that thinking ahead and getting ahead of the pump, not just chasing the pump of AI agents, would be stacking RWA projects such as Ondo, Chainlink, things that are kind of the top echelon of RWAs before Paul Atkins' appointment becomes announced. If once we see Paul Atkins get announced as the lead chair of the SEC, Paul Atkins comes from the board position of Securitize, very hooked into RWA sectors, and it is my opinion that RWA projects are going to go ballistic at that point. So just thinking ahead, if I'm looking and just reading the room on where things are generally shifting, because we've seen the meme pump, we've seen the AI agent pump, we haven't really seen that RWA mega pump as of yet. And I also think that once the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve gets announced, you're going to see a God candle on Bitcoin as well. I also got in the comments, Drew, you said on January 20th we would have a pump on Bitcoin, you effing loser. You never get anything right. We literally hit an all-time high on that time frame. I don't understand. Sometimes people, what is he expecting? Like 150K? Like a $30,000 candle in a day? Crypto Cody with thoughts on neural AI. I got to roll through the rest of the stories, but Isaac, make sure you tag neural AI in your brain, in your AI brain, and we'll get to that one as well. So let's keep cooking through the rest of these stories. They have a slight warning going around for the Bank of Japan right now. This is a friend of the channel, Coin Guide, very based Giga Chad that we hung out with in Nashville and also had him on the show, given his thoughts on the potential of a disgusting drop, because a lot of people are warning about a 30% drop to Bitcoin coming when and if the Japan central bank raises interest rates once again. Let's have a rundown of the situation from William.
The Bank of Japan is poised to increase interest rates this Thursday, January 23rd. And the last time they did this, July in 2024, it caused markets to panic. In fact, Bitcoin fell 30%. And the stock market fell 10%. But even though hiking of interest rates in Japanese markets isn't really a great thing for financial markets across the world, it's not going to be nearly as bad this time around as it was last July. And that's for a host of reasons. But first of all, if you have no idea what this whole Japanese carry trade situation was, let me first quickly describe it. For a really long time, like 15, 12 years or so, the Bank of Japan was offering interest rates at 0%. So you could go to Japan, get money basically for free or at a very, very, very low interest rate from a bank. So basically get free money to invest, make money off of that, pay off your interest loan. And it was kind of an infinite money glitch. But last July, the Bank of Japan announced that they were going to increase interest rates from 0 to 0.25%. And they did this without making like a big announcement beforehand to kind of like let everybody know, hey, this was coming. It just kind of happened. And it was a signal to everyone around the world that this carry trade, this ability to get free money in Japan essentially, is over. And what this ended up doing, going into all the details, is it made the valuation between the US dollar and the yen really swing wildly. And it caused a ton of liquidations of positions in Japanese markets that US companies then had to cover. Now, this carry trade was trillions of dollars. In fact, over the decade or so period, it is estimated anywhere between $2 to $20 trillion was involved in this carry trade position.
Chunk of change.
You can imagine a lot of positions got liquidated, which means a lot of companies in the United States had to sell assets, including stocks, Bitcoin, to cover those positions that got liquidated in Japanese markets. Now, let's talk about today and why today isn't going to be as big of a problem as it was last year. And that is for 4 main reasons. The first of which, and the biggest, is that this is now a known event. The Bank of Japan has been yelling, for a year, hey, we're going to raise interest rates again. And we've known for quite some time now that this January 23rd meeting is the most likely one where they're going to do so. So this is a known thing. It's not going to be a surprise. The other reason is that a lot of companies have deleveraged themselves already over the past year from, the exposure of this risk in Japanese markets. They experienced that pain in July of last year, and they have begun unwinding their carry trade positions and have been doing so for the past year. So the amount of positions that could be liquidated as a result of this move are far less than they were before. And the last 2 reasons are pretty tied to each other, one of which is that when we got that news from the Bank of Japan last year, just kind of out of the blue, it was at a time where recessionary fears in the United States were greater than they are now. And that also spilled a lot of fear into the markets at those times. The other thing, too, is that jobs reports were looking weaker and weaker and weaker at the time. Whereas right now, we've gotten some really strong jobs reports in the United States. Again, signifying that there is less of a recessionary fear in the financial culture of the world for the United States now as there was last July. So us getting this announced known news that has been known for really the past year or so has created a situation where a hike in interest rates from the Bank of Japan, yes, it can and probably will create some volatility in markets on Thursday, but it's not going to create, in my personal opinion, a huge, gigantic dump and scare like it did last year.
Fucking based. He did just such a perfect job of hashing out what happened in that last crash, because that is the crash. What he's talking about, the Japanese yen carry trade situation, that's what brought us to $48,000 in like the blink of an eye. And it was a very, very big market movement, but it was a very nuanced situation where, like he said, we had a much higher fear of overall economic recessions going on. I think the sky's a lot bluer now. And as he said, the players that were in at that time have de-risked because they got their asses kicked in that time frame. And also Brian Wild with allocations that he's showing here. I was reading it. Ondo looks like the top hold. Arrow, Chainlink at about 10% of it. Akash, Render, AVAX. You got some Prime, Near, Carrot, whatever the hell Carrot is. Maybe I need to learn about what Carrot is. Drift, Swell, Hang. Another wallet has some Aether, MLC, MCADE, Spec, and Alien Base Token. I think that's actually a very nicely diversified portfolio.
Indeed.
Absolutely. Indeed. I think that's a very good portfolio. And
Good job,
I like
Brian.
that I don't hold some of them, because I can't know everything. And there's going to be projects that pump like crazy, more than the bags that I have, that I don't hold. So, I think you're looking pretty good there. Also, Veteran Crypto, did you seriously buy 3 Rizvanis? Are you serious? He sent me a message after the show that he bought 3 Rizvani Vengeances last night.
Jesus.
I need confirmation. I need selfies, Veteran. Shout out to you, bro. Now, let's have a listen to this. JP Morgan talking about Elon Musk being the Einstein of our age.
And what Elon Musk is doing. You've had a frenemy, complicated relationship with Elon Musk over the years, given lawsuits and other things back and forth. What do you think of his role in all of this, and what do you think Doge can actually do?
Elon and I have hugged it out.
You've hugged it out?
Yeah, he came to one of our conferences. He and I had a nice long chat. We've settled some of our differences. And the guy, you got to look at Elon. SpaceX. Tesla. Neuralink. The guy is our Einstein. And so...
he almost said Einstein, though.
Yeah.
Pretty close. He does seem like he's having to call a little bit of a peace pact with Mr. Elon Musk. Now, a lot of people that have been, calling Elon Musk a risk and all this stuff, they're going to be doing a lot of walking back of their rhetoric against him, because now he literally runs a government organization that is given the power to cut government spending and get rid of bureaucrats that do nothing for the country. So something this country's never seen. Shout out. Now, I'm never taking the Neuralink, but that's just a whole nother thing. Now we got this. Tom Homan setting out mass deportations in the United States. What would a person have to do to get a visit from ICE, he's asked? Be in the country illegally. So we've seen, I think it's about 300 to 500 violent offenders arrested yesterday. A lot of hyperbolic posts and people crying at the border, yada, yada, yada. But this is just the beginning. There is so much more. This is where you got to be a little bit careful. And if you're in city centers that have a large concentration of these types of folks, just keep your wits about you. There's going to be quite a bit of movement in the city centers over the next year here. And we also have this from Palmetto State Armory, talking about potentially rolling out a semi-auto 50 cal that is going to be under $2,000. Very bullish.
Oh, fuck.
If this thing comes out, I am absolutely getting me one of these. Man, it's even got the drum mag on it too. Absolutely beautiful. But shout out to Palmetto State Armory. I want to see it happen. Here's Morpho Labs talking about what it looks like when you go and get a loan on the Coinbase app in 15 seconds. Let's have just a view at how quickly because the whole thing about Coinbase is the user interface. And I know a lot of people are going to opt to use it because it's so simple. Let's have a look at the process here and see what it looks like. So we get the USDC loan, you continue USDC without selling Bitcoin, 10,000 USDC, borrow now. Holy God. That quick. That is the process for how they're able to roll this thing out. Taking loans on your Bitcoin, getting USDC that fast. Breakneck speed. Trusted source for these Wall Street heads, man. We are underselling the upside for Morpho. I think that $10 to $20 billion is generally my target for this, but it might do much better than that. Glad I built the bag early. So Moonwell also rolled out its Moonwell card. Moonwell card will let you shop, dine, travel with over 44 million merchants worldwide. It's powered with Visa. So it's basically giving you all the power of your assets right in your pocket. I do use, I have a Coinbase card that's never given me trouble either.
Yeah.
And I've tested, I've bought guns with it, ammo, all kinds of naughty things with it. They never complain about me. So, you know, is what it is. But a lot of people say, like, don't use it, it's bad off-ramp, yada, yada, yada. Blah, blah, blah. Never bothered me. And honestly, I'm out here literally buying shotguns and ammo and liquor with it. Never heard anything wrong. So, Marty Party, talking about the token landscape. We got the pile of tokens within the Grayscale Trust basket here. You got the Coinbase 50 index. This 50 index is going to be something interesting to watch. This is where they kind of compile top 50 into an index where people can invest and not have to think too hard about the whole ecosystem, because we as crypto nerds look like absolute unadulterated chaos to people on the outside looking into the crypto industry. The index is probably going to have some moves. Now, World Liberty Financial in their basket, the menu of everything Trump's team is buying and building, and then you have made in the USA projects. But look who is the only project that has the dead center position within all of these bullish catalysts, these baskets being shilled to the moon. It is Chainlink, folks. This is so bullish for Chainlink. Honestly, people keep asking me to like up my targets. My targets for Chainlink, it's hard to set a top expectation, but I do think that we're at least going to see a 3-digit Chainlink this cycle. I will be taking profits once we reach that 3-digit spot. But in general, I'm time-based, you know, and I'm going to start offloading. No matter where the markets are, I'm going to start offloading in May, June, and then be completely out of the markets by December. Okay, I cannot time the top, but I can have time in the markets. And time in the markets has made my average Chainlink buy at $3.90, right? Mary Herbert, $20 super chat. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. Have 5,000 Ondo, 2,000 Arrow on Coinbase, and 500 Link on Robinhood. Is that too much to keep on an exchange? If so, what's an easy wallet?
Oh, don't even get me started.
Yeah, so we got a deal for you because you want to keep your crypto off an exchange. It's a tangible good. Arculus cold storage, right? And I do believe Ducey brought up that you can hold your Arrow there too.
You can.
So you got Ondo tokens, Chainlink, and Aerodrome. I would highly suggest taking advantage of our 10% off deal and get yourself an Arculus cold storage wallet. It is the easiest crypto cold storage to utilize. And honestly, like, you know, seeing the worry, even though we know that it was fake about the Ledger co-founder this morning, I'm glad he's not kidnapped. But being diversified and having them in a few different types of wallets, very, very useful for if any cataclysm should happen. Now, speaking of cataclysm, here we go. Vitalik Buterin claims sole decision-making power for Ethereum Foundation leadership changes until a new governance structure is implemented. So Vitalik saying he's the king, right?
Interesting.
He is the king, the sole discretionary decision maker of Ethereum. Regardless of the foundation, he is the king still. He's got some work to do. Honestly,
Need some meat on them bones.
well, first, yeah, he needs to eat a hamburger, which he'll never do. But Ethereum is... the action on price for Ethereum is nowhere to be found. Everyone keeps showing me like these, it's about to break out chart, right? Wrong. There is no true ETH transactional pressure. Base has captured Ethereum. Base is built on top of Ethereum, but you can use Ethereum's security structure at very minimal cost. This is why I shifted everything into the Base ecosystem or Solana for the new buys that I'm doing, is because Ethereum's going to be around. It's going to be utilized. It's very, very much so built into DeFi. I don't think that the idea of DeFi making just a general move over to Solana is something reasonable to think about. But I really want to emphasize that the price upside for Ethereum is not there this bull cycle. I've explained this before. You advance technology. Now we have Base that can run these transactions through the OP Superstack, and they can utilize Ethereum without having to pay the true and tried Ethereum gas fee. I think that the move to proof of stake for Ethereum was the worst thing that they could have ever done. Now, and someone agrees with me, Beanie Maxi. I like this guy already. I got a beanie, Yeah. Let's read into this. Ethereum's worst strategic decision was shifting from its competitive advantage of a proof of work setup and pivoting to a proof of stake to appease climate changers. It literally had a massive network of miners spending millions of dollars a day securing the network. To abandon that made zero economic sense. This is just some things and it's obviously spilt milk. Can't sit here and complain about what was and what is. We can't be burdened by the past. We must be unburdened. As Kamala Harris let us all know. Now she's sitting there crying and drinking herself into oblivion as Trump does the Trump shuffle on center stage. Shout out to her. Now, James Seifert, we are so back. He's talking about a massive list of all the current digital asset ETF filings that he's aware of. We have the Hashdex ETF. First deadline was 8/16/24. Second passed. But the third deadline here that has since passed was December. Now, the final deadline, this is the first final deadline of this list, is February 27th of 2025. Something to remind you about Hashdex is that it is a basket. Where is this? It's a basket. Hashdex is a basket of Ethereum, Bitcoin, and open to adding Chainlink, AVAX, and Litecoin, chaotically enough, into this Hashdex index. And the second one with the soonest final deadline comes in as Franklin Templeton with their crypto index, and just a ton of Solana, Litecoin, XRP, a lot of altcoin specific ETFs here. And this is the one that's got everyone's jimmies in a bundle, the Trump ETF. And chaotically enough, the Trump ETF actually has the ability to be approved ahead of all these Solana, XRP, and Litecoin specific ETFs. That would light my bags on fire.
That'd be $120 Trump token tonight.
I mean, in my opinion, I said it before, I'll say it again. Trump token, the meme coin, is going to be the first triple-digit meme coin of our lifetime. So just keep an eye out on these ETF movements. We do have quite a few altcoin specific ETFs rolling. Now, before I get into the true chaos of what happened overnight, my wife brought to my attention something interesting. Clover Finance. And this has been a project. It came out September 2021, basically at the Pico top of the bull market. Very bad time since then, right? And the market cap, slightly sick from inflation. But what I've seen over the past week is this son of a gun is waking up. This son of a gun is waking up, and it has basically it's got the wallet play, it's got the metaverse play, it's got a lot of different things going for it that actually kind of because I want to take some more risky plays, a little bit, plays that are further down the list in terms of size of market cap. This one's almost number 500. It's at a $90 million market cap right now. I think me and the wife are going to take just a small allocation, send it into this thing. And it pays to, in life, being married to a fellow crypto nerd, very, 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 very great. I want to show you guys how she woke me up this morning. Let's see. I'll go to my replies. Hopefully I haven't been trolling too many people here. And shout out to everyone that's following me on X now. I'm almost, I got to change this. 5,666 followers. I got to change that.
Yeah, we don't like that
That's
number.
a bad number. Now, here's what she woke me up with. Where is it at? Here. This is it. A degen love story. I can't afford rent. Whee! I can't find a stable income. Whee! Let's ape into random meme coins, honey. This is a life I just am so blessed to have. Shout out to you, Tia. Absolutely love you, baby. But now, this Clover Finance thing, you know, in general, it looked like it was going to die, and it had this massive research pump on the month. Basically back to where it started. Here is it on the year. I haven't missed much of the boat taken off. And on the all-time high, I don't like... It's kind of crazy. I don't discount this thing from hitting this $1.50 to $1.70 range again. Like, it's in the trenches. It's in hell right now. But we're going to see a lot of seemingly dead projects like this go ballistic. So, you know, me taking a small portion of my portfolio and taking a shot of it, you know, maybe 1%, maybe 0.5% might work out for the better. So now Atlanta froze overnight. I think it got like 10 inches of snow in Florida.
In Pensacola, Florida, it got 10 inches of snow. So,
jeez, man. Crazy. Does it Pensacola, Florida with 10 inches of snow? Here was Atlanta's highway last night. Absolutely crazy. Need this. So people flipping their cars over. This is a very, very bad situation to not have a go bag ready, to not have like extra warm clothes. And, you know, it's kind of funny for me coming to Atlanta from Colorado. We always knew to have really cold weather gear. People are having to walk home, get out of the way. The ice basically made a frictionless surface, and a lot of people ended up stranded last night on the Atlanta highways. But we did see some people taking advantage of it. This Yahoo skating down the street.
Based.
Absolutely crazy to see. So, you know what? He's making lemons out of lemon. He's making lemonade out of lemons right here. This is so you kind of dance in the snow or the ice there. So it looks like Crypto Stevo got 6 inches in OBX. People drive very slow, doing good. It hasn't snowed like this in several years. What happened to global warming, right? That's the great freeze.
Yeah. Who knows, man? Who knows?
That's unbelievable. So now I want to go through the biggest winners and biggest losers today. Obviously, the AI infrastructure rollouts making me think that we're probably seeing AI agents suck all the air out of the room. Let's go to the biggest winners. In general, there you have it. Virtuals Protocol, Radium coming in at $8. Holy God.
I wish Jupiter could do this shit, but no.
What is the deal with Jupiter, bro? It's like we just had one of the biggest launches come through it. And it's it has the airdrop today. You're going to see a lot of selling. It's at like 80 cents. Aggravating as heck to see. Pudgy Penguins, a Solana play, up by 8%. Hyperliquid coming in here. We've seen a very, very large increase in usage on Hyperliquid. Then you see Tron's increase. Dex EE. I haven't really looked into Dex EE very much. Let's just take a look at this from just a technical standpoint here. On the year, you're up 500%, showing a lot of girth on the year. And overall, this has been around since about January or October 2020. So it's got some time in the markets. It's got one bull market under its belt. See how sick from inflation? Very sick from inflation. But the price is trying to catch up to that. So the inflationary pressure is there, but the price and the usage of the token is also there. So that's kind of interesting. And now it has come to the point where the circulating supply is at 83 million tokens are out and a total supply of 96 mil. So not too much inflation ahead of it. Honestly, a very, very good looking chart. And this is the health on the shelf. This is one of the ones that will probably haunt me for ignoring when it was on this shelf. But I'll find people to blame it on, like Isaac, right?
Yep. Like everything else in the market. If it goes wrong, it's my fault.
Yeah.
I did it. I dumped it.
And you know, that's important. When you have an involvement in crypto, you also have to have someone that you can blame your shortcomings on. And Isaac, you're that guy. You're that guy.
Let me get some.
But, I do see, and Isaac, you've shifted into AI and AI agents and Solana ecosystem is your focus.
Indeed.
I think it's very important to highlight because you have to have a niche or a focus to have in this market to really start doing well or exceedingly well. And I think that approach is going to pay off in a very, very big way. Me, myself, my focus is Solana and the base ecosystem. And plus, I play around with these AI baskets, sure. But Solana and base ecosystem is my play. Isaac, I think we're going to do great if you can continuously focus on the AI sector in and of itself. And you picked up Graphane recently, right?
I picked up Graphane at the bottom of $300 million market cap, which was like 35 cents.
Let's look at this chart real quick, buddy. Because I know you sniped this thing. You absolutely sniped this. You're still waiting for approval to utilize the actual tech behind it?
Nope, I'm in.
Oh, you were in?
So I'm still messing around with it. So
okay.
Don't have too much detail on that.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're in there and you're testing it because I want to make sure it actually works. You know what I mean? I think you sniped this thing at 30 cents or something.
Yeah, pretty close around there.
How
30,
the hell
35.
did you pull that off?
Dude,
bro?
I don't know. I was I was using the product or taking a look and researching it before I even knew there was a token about it. And then the people were mentioning the token about it. So I looked into it and I was like, okay, bottom of $300 million market cap. This is the perfect time to buy. And I sniped that shit. And here we are. All-time highs.
And honestly, it doesn't feel like, just looking at this chart, that we've missed out on too much, even because it launched at 16 cents. AI agents, this is something else. The circulating supply is already out. So there is no outlook of huge inflationary pressure on the token. I was talking to a founder of an AI agent that was coming out soon. I can't even remember the name of the project, but he's a very smart, intelligent guy. And I had kind of a panel of AI agent builders on with me on a Mario Nafal show. And they're talking about AI agents outnumbering the human population in the next 2 years. Fair. It's going to take 2 years to see AI agents outnumber the literal entire human population on the planet Earth. Man. So that being said, that means that we're going to see billions of AI agents pop up. And you think about the rate of increase, the rate of growth on these projects, how fast AI XBT is learning, really how fast the market is shifting into AI infrastructure. It's really not too crazy of a prediction to think about. Now, Adam P. with a super chat, $10. Thank you very much, first and foremost, for supporting the channel. Adam P. How do you guys feel about being overexposed to certain chains? After DCAing this dip, my bag is almost 70% in base, bullish on base, but it makes me nervous. I'm right around 60% of Chainlink. I'm also nervous. But it's also a highlight of conviction. And base, it depends on what the other 30% is. You probably to be safer, I should be safer. Am I safe? No. But if I was a reasonable person, I would be looking to more so diversify. But, being overexposed in the right place, is that really that bad of a thing to do at this point in the game?
No.
Right?
I mean, most of my bags are based off Solana and AI. Solana plays. So.
Yeah. Honestly, I think as long as Coinbase continues its growth and these world leaders prefer Coinbase, which it looks like they are, I think you're looking pretty good there. Honestly, I think it's okay. Just make sure it's all about taking profits, right? It's all about having that game plan and the time frame understood on when you plan to take profits. What is that price that would change your life? And then having the guts to pull the trigger, right? So, and fade and TradFi, unless one guy holds 80% inflation, that might be a problem, 100%. But having that kind of exposure in the base ecosystem, I don't think is going to be terrible. And I really think that the base plays that we see that are a few $1 billion market caps right now are going to be in the $30-20 billion market caps conservatively. Some of them are going to rise and, compete in that top 20 realm, which is, in my opinion, the top 20 is going to be made up of $85 to $195 billion market cap projects. So I love and appreciate every single one of you. I love the questions. And a huge shout out to Hobus for joining me on the spaces there. And if you guys aren't, follow me on the spaces. I'm starting to do a lot bigger spaces. For anyone that doesn't know, I'm actually working with Hannah at the IBC team as well for my late night kind of stuff. And I have an official Mario Nafal badge because I hammered in there and was the emergency live stream host on some of their biggest shows yet. Getting a lot of love over there. And for anyone that I think people are asking what Hannah's doing, she's in the UK now. I think she's still with Leo. Indeed. And, we work together on these Mario spaces. So make sure to follow me on X. You'll hear me hosting some of the biggest shows out there on that as well. And Hobus, I think, has some big announcements. I don't know if he's going to make them on his X or not, but Hobus is up to some pretty big stuff. So big shout out to you, Hobus, for all the alpha that you can deliver to the blockchain basement community. He gives some really great insight on what Wall Street's thinking, how these AI agents are being built out, and really the macro scheme of things that, honestly, I don't pay horribly close attention to. I rely on you very much so for that deep alpha from some of the biggest hedge fund managers on the planet. So huge shout out. If you guys aren't already following Hobus, he's in our Discord. We should probably I did get more active in the Discord this morning as well. Yep. Because I would never shut down the Discord, first of all. I'll just fuck with it. But, Hobus Reborn, here he is at Hobus Crypto, a great resource for, data. And he says some of the more unpopular things, and then they become popular, and he's ahead of the trend. So huge shout out to him. He also was printing money yesterday. He had a long in. He was saying for like a few days, like AI-16Zs being overlooked, the cutout, the loss of attention for AI-16Z is going to be short-lived. He hammered into a long and just printed money on AI-16Z's resurgence. Huge shout out for that alpha move. But I love and appreciate every single one of you. Has Hobus met with Mr. X, though? No. I think even Mr. X has been doxxed, so I don't think that's any question. But yeah, I've moved so far beyond that past drama and that past situation. I'm so focused on making money for myself, delivering alpha to the community. I'm not getting wrapped up in that drama of the National Enquirer Crypto unless he wants to go into the ring with me and stop being a bitch. But I love and appreciate every single one of you out there for watching the show. First, VA Rifleman, Hobus, of course, Aaron Curry, Baden Tradfi, K-Jam, Crypto Stevo, XR Pete, talking about Leo being a very lucky guy, Bad Fox, Cali Crypto Dude, C90FTW, Matthew King, Crypto Cody, all the wonderful people here, Kyle Watts. I love and appreciate every single one of you. Stay based, stay convicted. Don't get your hand caught in the cookie jar, getting in and out of things. Have conviction, do deep research, and trust no one. Until the next time, I appreciate every single one of you, and I bid you adieu.